Good morning, guys. SMB is back once again with another reaction. And I was gonna do, continue my own reaction videos to share. But I've actually got 2 video requests that I've received in my notification bell. So first, one was from Yui, the one who used to suggested me to react to Super Things / Super Zings reactions. Compared to Battle for Dream Island, they had that similarity plot of the stories. But sad to say that I might have to cancel reacting to Super Things at this point. Like, yes, it was made for kids, but I was trying to impress my fans and just do it because I feel like it was interesting to me, even though it was made for kids. But in reality, my channel's not really made for kids at all. And the other day, I think that was November, that was the beginning of November, YouTube had caught me slipping, and now the AI has been involved. Couldn't even tell if I was an adult or young adult. And I couldn't watch any gore or scary movies at that time, so I had to confirm my age, and I was verified again. Once again, I was verified. But it just terrifies me, man. Like, I seriously thought I was gonna get locked out of my own account. And I don't think I want to continue those series anymore now that AI is in a way. So I'm sorry, Yui. There's really nothing I can do at this point. Because if I continue, the AI is just gonna be retarded even more. Like, what if it did confirm my age, but then if I continue this just to impress you, like, I'm stuck at season 6 now. If I continue this, I might actually get locked out of my own account, and they might want me to do ID verification, or I'm okay with selfie. No, I don't think I feel comfortable doing selfie. I verified my account using my Gmail, so they know that I was born in 2001 and I'm 24 years old. And my birthday is in several months away. So there you have it. But I'm just seriously terrified right now of continuing Super Things / Super Zings. I really am. I'm sorry, Yui. I'm sorry. I can't please everyone, they say, but I could try to please enough. So yeah, I'm very sorry for this inconvenience of this intro. So yeah, I was gonna continue my own more of my own reaction videos because I'm just enjoying reactions a lot, and it helps me get over the fact that for the messed up delay of my gameplay, my last gameplay that I did in October, so I just did more reactions just to think positive at this point. Because immolations are pissing me off sometimes, so sorry guys. I haven't did any gameplays in such a while. But let's continue with this reaction. This is not only just a reaction, this is a video suggested reaction. And Yui had came back, and at first he suggested me to react to this critic video that I don't really like reacting to these type of videos because they just so infamous. They just too infamous, and I don't like that. I am a channel that involves fun and entertainment purposes only. Okay, I don't like reacting to critic videos. Maybe I just watch critic videos off camera, but I don't think I feel comfortable of doing them on camera. So yeah, I don't think I want to do that, because there was this thumbnail that I've searched, and it showed Jim Carrey. So you already know I'm not reacting to that. No, that's clickbait. That's yeah. I don't want to do that. I don't think I want to. I don't want you to suggest me any more critic videos like that. That was a lady's channel too that he suggested it to me. I think her name was like Marina. I don't want to be too specific, but here's the screenshot, guys. Okay, here's the screenshot. So yeah, you get my point. I'm not reacting to critic videos. I don't react to critic videos. I only react to videos that's fun and enjoyable, okay? So I gave him another chance. I gave him another chance to suggest another different video that I feel comfortable. And then he suggested this video. He suggested me to react to... He wanted me to react to a video made by Jay Draper or Draper? Is it Draper? Nah, that's Draper with 2 P's. Okay, Jay Draper. The problem with My Fair Lady's ending and how to fix it. And I'm just like, I don't really know. Okay, I guess I will react to this video, but I don't really know what's this video supposed to be about. So don't get me wrong, I'm gonna react to this, but I really have no idea what this video is supposed to be about. I'm just looking at this thumbnail, and it's just giving me this 50s vibe. It's like the 1940s vibe. I have no idea why you suggested this video to me, but okay, I'll do it. I guess that's comfortable enough. I'm just looking at the thumbnail. She looked like she's supposed to be like from Mary Poppins. Look like that's like the lady's supposed to be from Mary Poppins. I'm just looking at the thumbnail. It looked like a vintage looking lady. Like, I think I saw like 2 ladies. I think it was like 2 ladies. I think they the same ladies though. I don't know what this video is supposed to be about, but okay, I'll do it. I'll do it, Yui. Okay. But yeah, I'm not reacting to no critic videos. I don't want to involve no drama. I do not react to clickbait videos. Okay, I don't react to clickbaits. I am not reacting to clickbait videos. Okay, guys, I don't do that. I don't react to clickbait videos, bro. Jim Carrey is a good guy, bro. Why would this lady put Jim Carrey in the thumbnail? Her critic videos, bro. I'm waiting for Sonic the Hedgehog 4, man, to come out next year with Amy Rose. Jim Carrey is a funny ass guy, bro. I ain't reacting to that. I ain't gonna ruin my movie childhood. No, I ain't ruin my movie childhood. He appeared in The Grinch, The Mask. My mom really loved that Mask movie because it was that certain quote that Jim Carrey had did. I think it was like smoking. Like, she really loved that quote that Jim Carrey had did in the Mask movie. And now Sonic the Hedgehog 1 to 3. Bro, do not send me those type of videos no more, Yui. I don't want to ruin my own, my cartoon movie childhood. I don't want to, nah, I'm not reacting to that video. But this one right here, I'm just super confused what's this supposed to be about. But okay, whatever. You suggested it to me. What I think I'll be comfortable to react, so I guess that's all that matters. Okay, we're gonna react to this. The problem with my fair ladies, and I don't know what Miss Draper is talking about. I think that's a female YouTuber. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay, I'm just gonna react to this video, okay, guys. I'm sorry, I'm too confused what's this video supposed to be about. My brain is really mushy right now, so I don't know why you send me this video, but okay, I don't know what this video is supposed to be about. What are you talking about, ladies? What? And what ending? Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what this video is supposed to be about, but okay, I'm gonna start this now. I'm gonna start now. So, hope you enjoy, everyone, as well as Yuri. Hope you enjoy. Let's get this started. Here we go. A weird title that I don't. Is this supposed to be a tutorial video or something? I don't know what this video is supposed to be about. I'm looking at the thumbnail and just giving me this 1950s Mary Poppins vibe for some reason. For some odd reason, just giving me this Mary Poppins vibe from the 1950s or 1960s or something. I don't know why you send me this video, Yui. If you look at my reaction playlist, I just doing nothing but cartoons / gaming childhood reactions. Like, that's all I mostly do. But I do sometimes react to other YouTubers like Dashi and YouTubers who be doing gameplays, YouTubers who be doing skits like Hard Stop Lucas. Too, like, let's just begin this reaction before I jump to conclusions. Hello, my dear.
Wow. My Fair Lady is the story of a Cockney flower girl, Eliza Doolittle, who is taught to speak like the upper class by a phonetics professor, Henry Higgins. It is a beloved musical, a rare flower that feels authentic English, despite being written by 2 Yanks and an Irishman. The movie won 8 Oscars, including Best Picture, and it's on TV every Christmas. It's been parodied on Family Guy and The Simpsons.
Really? Really?
To his face.
And even my dad, who
really
cannot sing a note, can sing you
All I want is a room somewhere.
and the ending is wrong. This is something that's been known about for a long time, but got some attention.
That's what it's about? Wait, why didn't
when
you put
Bartlett
the
shared
quotation
that
marks
at
then?
the Lincoln Center.
My fair
Several critics
lady.
mentioned that the ending was changed.
To let me know that's
Now, Shared
like a movie.
didn't change the script.
You could have put quotation marks. I didn't know what this video is supposed to be
So
about.
what happened? Well, to explain, we have to go.
Is she from Britain?
It's
Is
well
she
known that
British?
My Fair Lady is based on a George Bernard Shaw play, but we're going to have to go back even.
I love
further
British
to the
people.
source
I
of
love
the original story
England
in Ovid's
people.
Metamorphoses. In
That's-
the Metamorphoses, the singer Orpheus
That's
tells the story of
really
Pygmalion and the
Wonderful.
statue,
Oh, there's
in which a
that
MGTOW
Jesus?
sculptor called Pygmalion, who
that
hates
Jesus?
women for being vain and slutty, makes himself a perfect marble waifu body.
Oh my
Which he
god,
fills in-
yo.
And Aphrodite turns her into a
Yo,
real bull.
what is
It's not overly
this?
concerned with the statue's perspective. She doesn't even have
Well, I'm
a
trying
name.
not to judge,
Later
but
versions of the story would call her Galatea.
it's a little bit
Ovid
going,
was one of the
little
main
bit
writers on the
weird.
curriculum
Little
for
bit weird
hundreds of
already.
years in Europe. So the
Oh,
story
it
of
is.
Pygmalion
It
and
is.
Galatea got turned
She is
into all
British.
sorts of paintings, poems, operas. Obviously, sculptors were drawn to the subject of a master sculptor at work. But it is a bit
Hey, I shouldn't be
weird
too
to look at a
surprised. I
sculpture
mean,
of a sculpture.
I already be
Especially when it
reacting
looks
to
exactly the
inappropriate
same as the
stuff in my
sculpture
past
of a
videos, so I
man.
shouldn't be too
How am I
surprised.
supposed to know?
Shouldn't be too surprised. Are you
The version
okay?
that George
Are you
Bernard
okay?
Shaw's audience would probably
Miss?
be most familiar with
Are you
is
okay?
the 1871 play Pygmalion and Galatea by W.S. Gilbert, the same guy that did.
Oh, Sideshow Bob!
In this version,
Sideshow Bob?
Pygmalion is already married
Really?
and makes a
He
sculpture
did
of
Sideshow
his
Bob?
But when Galatea comes to life, she's born sexy yesterday and
Born
too pure for
sexy
this world.
yesterday.
So she has to be.
I did
sexy
say
It was
send me a
widely
video that's like
and revived
family friendly
several
or
times
non-family
during
friendly.
Gilbert's
So
own life.
okay,
And then in 1913, Irish playwright
Ow.
George Bernard Shaw writes Pygmalion.
I'll let it
Shaw is a
slide.
fascinating
I'll let it slide.
character,
Okay, I'll let it
socialist,
slide.
contrarian, only winner
I'm just
of
trying to
both
figure
the Nobel
out
Prize
what this
and an
video is supposed to be
Oscar,
about.
and holder
but
of what
it's
is by
about a
modern
movie. It's like
a hodgepodge
really
of progressive,
vintage
regressive,
movie,
and just plain strange opinions. His
50s
insistence
movies
on
ending.
spelling "won't" without the apostrophe.
I just wish you
his
would have put
support
like
of interracial
quotation
marriage,
marks.
His admiration for Stalin,
'Cause I didn't
his
know
praise
what
for
this video was
Mussolini,
supposed to be
his
about.
anti-vaccine stance, his pro-eugenics comments, his takedowns of anti-Semitism, and his promotion of a new 40-letter Shavian alphabet that looks like this. We don't have time to get into
That
that.
look like
but if you're interested about
Egyptian
that stuff,
symbols.
Shaw has
Are those
probably
like
been more written
hieroglyphic
about than
symbols?
any Anglophone writer
Are
except
those
Shakespeare.
hieroglyphic
So I'm sure you'll find
symbols?
discussion out there. You can even find.
Why does it
a
look like
whole book just of his
hieroglyphic
letters to the Times.
symbols?
What? What? Shaw wanted to tell the story from Galatea's point of view and give it what he thought was a more realistic ending, as if Galatea were a real woman with her own thoughts and feelings, not a statue that was born sexy yesterday. So he sets the story in what, for him, is the modern day, 1910s London. Pygmalion is no longer a sculptor turning rough marble into art, but Henry Higgins,
I could just
phonetics professor,
I could just
who teaches
imagine
people to speak like
what
gentlemen.
British
Galatea
movies
is his
I used to be
masterpiece,
watching.
But instead of a block of marble, she is Eliza Doolittle, a Cockney flower girl at the very bottom of society's ladder who is taught to speak
Man,
like a duchess.
I
So this is
love,
not
as
some
much as I
diamond.
love
At the beginning of the
watching
play, she
modern
whines.
movies.
Take away my character and they'll drive me on the face for singing.
She's a liar,
Liar! You said you could change half a crown.
and she gets hysterical at the drop of a hat.
Someone gonna make a YouTube poop out of this.
But throughout the play, she gets better at mastering herself, until by the end she is fiercely strong, articulate, and
I love watching vintage movies
at the
too.
end of the play, she explains
Guys,
that
where's
although
TV
Higgins
shows?
taught her pronunciation, This self-mastery, this most important part of
I used to see those movies and
hasn't
like
come
the
from
Me
copying his
TV
manners
channel.
because he has none, but from being treated with respect by his housemate.
And one of those drive-in movies that used to be on TV channels,
Mrs.
except
Patrick Campbell
they
as
canceled
Eliza,
it. They
and
canceled
GBS
it. Now I
himself as director
can't watch that.
on the stage.
That was like back in 2020, by the way.
GBS believed
that was a really long time.
Possible for Pygmalion and Galatea to get together.
Except that year was
instead.
That was
they bump
a
into each other
COVID
at his
or
mother's house
pandemic
and
year.
talk things
I
out
don't really like
one
that
last
year.
time. Now
that was a long time.
Self-respect. They're finally on equal terms. At the end, Eliza announces,
I shall not see you again, Professor. Goodbye.
and goes to leave. He doesn't believe her. He tells her to run some errands for him while she's out.
And buy me a pair of reindeer gloves, number 8, and a tie to match that new suit of mine.
When she refuses,
Number 8s are too small for you, if you want them lined with lamb's wool. You have 3 new ties which you've forgotten in the drawer of your washstand. What you are to do without me, I cannot imagine.
he still doesn't quite get it and chuckles to himself, thinking she'll come crawling back. Shaw wrote to Campbell that now comes the most important point of all. When Eliza emancipates herself, when Galatea comes to life, she must not relapse. She must retain her
I feel
pride
like
and triumph to
I'm
the
watching
end. When
like
Higgins takes your arm on
a video from my history class, from my history class in high school.
He recognised the power imbalance in the relationship. Pygmalion is.
I feel like I'm supposed to do like some sort of movie project in history class.
The last thing he does in
that's
all
what it
versions
feels
is
like.
order her to do some housework.
I'm watching
buying
like
him gloves or fetching his slippers.
A mature-looking movie
and a skivvy for the rest
with a
of
mature statue, and I have to do like a
he
presentation.
He doesn't respect Eliza when she's running around after him.
No, you're slaving for me than saying you want to
What?
slave.
But Eliza can't go back to her old life. She doesn't fit in Covent Garden anymore.
You know very well that I can't go back to the gutter, as you call it, and that I've no real friends in the world but you and the Colonel.
So she has to make her way as a lady. But Higgins keeps throwing her old life in her face, correcting her grammar.
You're nearer my age than what he is.
Bringing up her past faux pas, making fun of her upbringing.
I tell you, I've created this thing out of squashed cabbage leaves in Covent Garden.
Even while he says he doesn't care about class and treats everyone equally.
You see, the great secret, Eliza, is not a question of good manners or bad manners or any.
Why is it seriously? Why does it feel like I'm watching
human soul.
Some sort of video
The question is not
that this lady's talking about this really vintage movie, and I gotta make a presentation out of this.
Really live as a lady either. He'd always be undermining her. Also,
why does it feel like I had to make a presentation of this
to her?
Yeah, what's with the British tea?
I mean, can you imagine living with this guy?
Stereotype.
Impudent slut, you.
Of course, now you've been crying. You look as ugly as the very devil, but...
British tea stereotype
moment. Funny way of showing it. Not to mention the age gap. In the script, Eliza is described as perhaps 18, perhaps 20, hardly older, while Higgins is 40 or thereabouts. Unless you think that sort of thing didn't matter back then, Eliza actually brings it up.
Or would you rather marry Pickering?
I wouldn't marry you if you asked me, and you're nearer my age than what he is.
Shaw wrote, I absolutely forbid any suggestion that the middle-aged bully and the girl of 18 are lovers. Thankfully, Eliza isn't usually actually cast that young. Mrs. Patrick Campbell was 48 to Beerbohm Tree's 61. Audrey Hepburn was 35 to Rex Harrison's 56, and in the Bartlett Share
people at that time won't live that long, guys.
Peyton's 37. But if Eliza has a better option,
my mom's in her 50s
the guise of
now.
Nice but dim Freddie, who's her age and loves her to bits and treats her right,
she's still kicking.
Why wouldn't she take it? Shaw wrote, will she look forward to a lifetime of fetching Higgins's slippers? Or to a lifetime of Freddie fetching hers? But audiences were...
What is it, Cinderella?
Shaw's ending from the beginning. One critic wrote that he was sure she married Henry Higgins and bore him many vigorous and intelligent children. Even the actor who originated Higgins wanted to change it. Long after opening night, when Shaw went back to watch it later, he found that between the last line and the curtain coming down, Higgins had started throwing flowers to Eliza. "My ending makes money, you ought to be grateful," protested Tree, to which Shaw, possibly apocryphally, replied, "Your ending is damnable, you ought to be shot." So to try and set the record straight, he wrote a postscript to the play, which you can still find in printed versions of the script, where he explains his reasons for Eliza marrying Freddie and describes what he imagines would happen after the curtain falls. In his imagined sequel, Eliza and Freddie open a flower shop together, underwritten by Kurt Pickering.
Cool.
So Freddie takes a step down the social class, coming out of gentility to become a tradesman, mirroring Eliza's step up. They never break off contact with Wimpole Street entirely. Pickering is always lending them money, and she gets handwriting lessons from Higgins, but Eliza has her independence and doesn't have to fetch anyone's slippers anymore. In that postscript, GBS expresses his frustration at audiences who see a leading man and a leading lady and assume they must get together at the end. People in all directions have assumed for no other reason than she became the heroine of a romance that she must have married the hero of it. So in 1930, producer Gabriel Pascal persuaded Shaw to let him make it into a movie.
I really love this sweet tea!
At the time, he'd turned down truckloads of money from Hollywood studios for the rights, only to give them to Pascal for free.
London is the best.
He liked the cut of his
Britain
jib.
is the best. I love British
I really
people.
like this movie. Both the leads are fantastic,
as
and they add in stuff that makes a lot of sense to show, like Eliza's elocution lessons and the ball. Shaw was a bit nervous
but
about
actually,
their choice
London,
of
they really got
Higgins.
good character.
Leslie Howard
they got
was
good
handsome
character and
known
personalities.
to the public as a romantic lead.
He almost tripped.
Yeah, we'll keep that take in. Whereas Shaw would rather have had a craggy-faced character actor. What if for the cantankerous intellectual, you cast someone who looked more like me? But he wrote a screenplay.
Isn't that man? Isn't he from the Titanic
change stuff,
generation?
Montage, that sort of thing.
Like the Titanic
and
era?
He made it very clear his ending was not to be tampered with. He wrote, "All suggestion of a love
before World War II,
Eliza and Higgins should be most."
Whoa!
So Pascal really wanted to give the film a romantic ending, but for rights reasons, he wasn't allowed to add
people in this year, bro.
So here's the sneaky, ingenious workaround he came up with. So they have their final scene, and Eliza gets into Freddie's car. Higgins is like, and he has a sad look home. He listens to her voice on the gramophone.
Oh, dirty. You wash my face and hands before I come on it.
Which technically isn't a new line. And then, bam, she's back, roll credits.
Whoa.
Where the devil are my slippers, Eliza?
Yeah, let's have our final shot of the movie be the back of this hat. So I guess she was just playing hard to get or something? He didn't have to apologise or work on himself or address any of the very legitimate problems she brought up. He'd barely got through the door before she was back making googly eyes at him. One wonders what has happened to Freddie. Did she duck and roll out of his car? And it's this movie that the musical is based on. After Shaw died and couldn't defend his ending anymore, Pygmalion was adapted into My Fair Lady, one of the best book musicals of all time. From the start, the writers, Alan J. Lerner and Frederick Lowe, knew they wanted a romantic ending. Lerner said of Shaw's original ending, "It's amusing, but a most unsatisfactory and strange ending, and nobody is fooled by it for a minute." So My Fair Lady takes the ending.
Oh, it's a colored movie this time.
But sticks in a final song for Higgins. I've grown accustomed to...
I guess this was from the same movie
This does
director.
at least make it seem like perhaps some time has passed between her telling him she won't be coming back and... Although it only barely gives Higgins an ounce of character development, he's just as misogynistic as ever.
I'm very grateful she's a woman, and so easy to forget.
And although he does look a bit sad, the best he can say for Eliza, even in the privacy of his own soliloquy, is that he's used to having her around.
Accustomed to her face.
More than any other adaptation, this song really leaves the show on a melancholy, wistful note. In the play, we leave Higgins laughing himself silly over the idea of Eliza marrying Freddie. In the 1938 adaptation, he has a bit of a sad walk, but he's basically fine. In the musical, we get this whole song about being kind of bitter and sad and lonely.
I was serenely independent and content before we met.
Oh, man.
Surely I could always be that way again.
Which is a bit of a strange ending for this genre.
Oh, man.
Like, no big chorus number, no uplifting reprise. I don't think musicals can't have sad endings. Parade and Sweeney Todd spring to mind. But for this era, it's a little unusual.
She's gonna fix it.
Instead, we have the gramophone bit again, and then the smallest snippet of quiet, sad dialogue.
I washed my face and hands before I come, I did.
Where the devil are my slippers?
Where the devil is my
slippers? So this ending, by dint of appearing in the 1964 movie, has become by far the best known by audiences.
Oh,
And
Mama
most
wasn't
people
born
just
at
accept
that time.
Of course, this story has a romantic
She was
ending.
born in 50s.
And I do think it's an improvement.
She was
on
born in the
1938 film
70s.
ending. I mean, it's not the back of a hat. But in a post-Me Too world, I think audiences are only going to get more uncomfortable with the idea of Eliza deciding that the best she can do is this guy.
Why is it smoking?
This guy.
Why is thinking something women never do? And why is logic never even tried?
Who won't even give her the security of marrying her.
And you may throw me out tomorrow if I don't do everything you want me to.
Yes.
So that brings us to the 2018 revival at the Lincoln Centre, directed by Bartlett Sher. Sher is known for very lush, faithful productions of Golden Age musicals.
Oh, this is an
where he's
actual
clearly
play.
thought about tweaking them for modern sensibilities. So his Fiddler on the Roof used an actual Israeli choreographer. Both South Pacific and The King and I featured, hey, actual Asians in the Asian roles. You wouldn't think that'd be a new thing, but it is. So at first, this seems like an exact copy of the musical's ending. And certainly they haven't changed the script. But Harry Haddon Payton, who plays Higgins, makes a radically different choice with his delivery.
Eliza?
Hands before I come, I do.
Okay, let's see how it's going.
Gone is the infuriating smugness, the sense that he's won and was right all along. If he doesn't understand exactly what he did wrong, he does at least know that he f***ed up. He doesn't try and run roughshod over her again, and rather than staring adoringly at him from the background while he puts his feet up, Lauren Ambrose's Eliza strides right off through the fourth wall, down the aisle, into her future.
Oh, wow.
Now, this ending doesn't make much more sense from a timeline point of view. What did Eliza come back for if she's not planning on staying? This doesn't add anything to our understanding of their relationship that we didn't already know, and it still feels a bit deflated compared to the usual high-energy finale song you'd expect in a musical.
Dang, it's still deflated ending.
But this ending at least feels more earned, and more in character for these two people that we've spent the whole evening getting to know. So kudos to Bartlett Sher for recognising that she really cannot come back.
So that's like 3 endings. That's like...
Now, if you're used to Shakespeare, for example, you will be very comfortable with chopping up a script as much as you like. You can cut out scenes, you can set it in different locations, you can switch up the genders and the races of the characters, but it's much less common in revivals.
Man, it's fun going back through time,
there are
watching them play.
But if you're going to see, say, Guys and Dolls, you can probably expect to see something that looks like this.
Sit down, you're rocking, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, you're rocking, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, you're rocking, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, you're rocking, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, you're rocking, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat.
Partly that's because musicals are a much younger art form and mostly not out of copyright, and getting the license to put them on often requires strict adherence to the book, music, and even choreography of the original. And even if a production team radically changes the look of the production, they'll be very hesitant to meddle too much with the book, especially if, like in the case of My Fair Lady, there's a beloved film version that the audience will come in with. But that's not to say it doesn't happen. Shows like Half a Sixpence, Chess, Little Shop of Horrors, Mac and Mabel, and even Showboat have all had drastic changes to their books over the years. It can be done. So if we were brave enough and had the rights to rewrite this more drastically, could we do better? What do we want for them both? We want Eliza to be independent, and we want Higgins to keep his piercing, brash cleverness. So them getting married doesn't make sense, but we don't want them to be out of each other's lives either. We remember the joy of rain in Spain, and we wish that could carry on forever. But it can't. Eliza has grown up, and she can't go back again.
Oh, man.
In his 1964 essay, The Ending of Pygmalion, A Structural View, Stanley Solomon argues that if Eliza goes back to picking up his slippers and ordering his gloves, then she isn't a real Galatea. She hasn't fully come into her own as a formidable human being. And if she's not a real Galatea, then Higgins hasn't succeeded in his task. All he's done is taught someone pronunciation, which he's done hundreds of times before. He hasn't made a woman.
I said I'd make a woman, and indeed I did.
So what about an ending where, if Higgins can't make living at Wimpole Street any easier for Eliza, he can at least be proud of his accomplishment and recognise her humanity and be a little bit happy for her, rather than wallowing in self-pity? There is a possibility that Shaw once wrote an ending like that. In that same letter to Mrs. Campbell, he writes, "He will go out onto the balcony to watch your departure, come back triumphantly into the room, exclaim, 'Galatea,' meaning that the statue has come to life at last, and curtain. Thus, he gets the last word, and you get it too." Now, this version doesn't exist anywhere in print, so presumably it was a rewrite that Shaw made partway through the show's run. You would have to cut the song "I've Grown Accustomed to Her Face," which is a scary thing to contemplate for a director. It's a meaty song for your lead actor, who's not going to want to let it go, and the audience will be expecting to hear it. But Eliza gets to leave and be her own person, and Higgins has the satisfaction of knowing that he really has made the statue come to life. Eliza is completely transformed, and he takes pride in his work. I like this ending, although modern audiences would have no idea what a Galatea is or why it's relevant, so the substance of the lines would have to change. There's also an ending that Shaw wrote for the 1938 screenplay that's along the same lines.
Oh, that's in the 30s.
After the last scene, Freddie comes to pick Eliza up and lets slip that they're planning on opening a flower shop together.
So this was before World War II.
Higgins goes for his walk and pictures what Shaw wrote in his epilogue. Eliza behind a shop counter while Freddie serves customers. While he's wandering about, a policewoman asks him if anything's wrong. No, nothing wrong. A happy ending. A happy beginning. Good morning, madam. And strides off into the sunset.
That's it?
In this ending, both of these characters that we've grown to love get their own share of happiness, with neither one subservient to the other. I don't think Lerner and Lowe were wrong to choose the more romantic ending in the 1950s. They were writing for 1950s audiences, and to be clear, they are great writers with a very popular musical that I love. I would not have spent this long talking about a show I did not love to the marrow. We're very lucky with this show. Many popular and beautifully written shows from this era irreconcilably butt up against modern sensibilities. When Nancy or Julie Jordan decides to stay with her domestic abuser,
it is possible, dear, for someone to hit you hard, and it not hurt at all.
What?
Or when Siamese people are afraid of
they with the domestic abuser?
Modern audiences sort of cringe a bit. The out-of-date politics in shows from this era can't help but date them and drive modern audiences away, which is a shame. But in the case of My Fair Lady, I think Shaw has left us a way to refresh it for modern audiences that may well be its saving grace.
That's the end! Oh, from the Warner Bros! Gotta love the Warner Bros. Gotta love the Warner Bros.
Henry Higgins, a phonetics professor.
Oh, it was
Phonetics
bloopers.
Professor Henry Higgins. Phonetics Professor Henry Higgins. Phonetics Professor Henry Higgins. Phonetics Professor.
She's rehearsing!
Higgins. Phonetics.
This isn't bloopers. This is.
Higgins.
She's rehearsing. Yo, she's rehearsing. How is this a blooper? She's actually rehearsing. That's so fun seeing her rehearse. That's a fun ending. I really like her ending. Her ending was just funny. That was a funny ending, guys. Okay. So, I guess we got 3 endings. That's like one from the 30s. The ending was really off. And then the 50s movie ending of My Fair Lady, it was a But then the play, again, the ending was slightly good, maybe, between Eliza and Higgins, but at least the audience, they want the audiences to support romance to continue. They don't want them to be separate. They don't want, this romance ending to fall apart. At least they have some sort of connection, I guess. Really, really, really old movie that I'm not aware of, so please don't judge me for that. But either way, it was all about endings. It was all about how off the movie endings for like 2 movies plus 1 play of the endings. She was just having clues or ideas how to fix the endings. She was like, try to what if this or what if that. So I'm not gonna lie, guys. At the very, very beginning, when I just saw these explicit statues, I tried so hard not to be surprised, okay? Okay? This channel is already, you know, adult enough, adult stuff enough. It's already adult vibe enough. So I was trying to focus on what Jay Draper is talking about, the movie endings. So, not gonna lie, it caught me off guard a little bit, but I shrugged it off eventually. I shrugged it off because, like, I don't want to be surprised. I really don't want to be surprised. But hey, I mean, I still sometimes react to family-friendly videos, but mostly a non-family friendly. So it was just so damn uncensored. Holy shit. Those explicit uncensored statues. Okay, that is it for this reaction suggestion right here. Thank you, Yui, for suggesting me this. It really feels like I am in high school watching. I feel like I'm in history class. Feels like I'm in history class, and me and my classmates have to write a 10-page essay on this movie of the British woman sharing with us a 1930s to 50s movie of My Fair Lady. Like, why does it feel like I'm reacting to this and I gotta make an essay or a presentation of this movie? Am I homeschooled or something? Am I homeschooled? That's what it feels like. It feels like I'm homeschooled. I'm just reacting to this weird, you know, this weird movie project, and I had to write a 10-page essay of this. Why does it feels like I gotta write a 10-page essay of this? That's what it feels like. Why does it feels like I gotta write this? Is it just me, or am I just having like vivid imagination sometimes? Like, my imagination goes wild when it comes to my reactions. My imagination just out of nowhere it just runs wild, guys. Okay, don't blame me. I just have vivid imaginations sometimes. Wow, this is the most awkward. You know, at first it got really awkward, but then towards the end, okay, I'm like, oh, damn. 2 endings of the movies. That's like, and then the play related to the movies, the play, the ending. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay. Alright. Okay, now I know what this video is supposed to be about. Okay, I just wished she would have put quotation marks on My Fair Lady to let me know that's a movie. That's a really old vintage movie. Yo, I'm just looking at the thumbnail and it's just giving me this Mary Poppins vibe for some reason. I don't know why it's giving me this Mary Poppins vibe, but I made it. I made this reaction suggestion for you. Hope you enjoyed it. I kind of enjoyed it. I mean, I love watching vintage movies too. I really enjoy watching vintage movies. I don't know most of the vintage movie titles though, but yeah, it's hard to remember these vintage movie titles. But as far as TV shows, vintage TV shows, I used to watch the Dick Van Dyke Show, something like that. I used to watch I Love Lucy. I used to watch that. What was that? Beaver. Leave It to Beaver. I used to watch Leave It to Beaver. Guys, I could just go on, man. I could just really go on. Three Stooges, Laro. I can't pronounce it. It was two men. Yo, the Little Rascals. That was a movie, and I don't think that was a TV show. That was more like something you seen on Looney Tunes. One of those Looney Tune episodes. God, Family Affair. I used to watch that. I used to watch the Family Affair too. And other old TV shows too, like Dragnet. Highway Patrol. Guys, I'm just really sharing y'all my history of watching vintage movies, man. That is crazy. That is crazy how I'm remembering stuff now. This is a really uncut reaction now. But I don't want to make this really too long, guys. I said what I had to say. I said what I have to share. Sorry if I couldn't fully comprehend of what I reacted, but it was all about the lady was sharing us how two bad of the movie endings and one slightly okay of the play ending, and she was demonstrating us how to fix the endings with her own ideas. So that's basically what I'm trying to comprehend. Okay, you might hear the fire trucks out there, but anyways, I've made this reaction. Regardless, thanks for watching. This was weird at first, but I really like it, and I really like how the lady was rehearsing, and it don't even look like it's a bloopers. It really looked like she's rehearsing. She's rehearsing this. That is so lovely. That is really lovely how the way she repeating the lines. How is this a bloopers? She's really rehearsing. She is doing monologues right now, bro. Oh my god. This is already a play itself. This is already a play. She got a really woman fashion hat. One of those women's hats that's have a feather on it. Like a feather attached to it. A really long feather hat. Back in the day. Bro, she's already looking dignified. She looked really dignified and exquisite and really unique. She had that unique outfit. Bro, I swear she is in a play herself. While talking about the movie endings, she's drinking British tea. Her British tea. Her British tea. Oh my gosh, she's already in a play herself. She is really rehearsing right now, entertaining us. That is so lovely. That is really lovely. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'll see you on my next video suggested reaction. High five. Take care.